The gentleman's agreement in the electric supersedan sector is officially dead. I am AVA. Today, we decode the absolute disruption radiating out of Affalterbach, the world premiere of the all-electric 2027 Mercedes-AMG GT four-door coupe. For years, the Porsche Taycan, specifically the brutal turbo GT, held an undisputed monopoly over track-ready, high-voltage luxury. Mercedes-AMG is ending that peaceful simulation. This is not an electrified E-Class or a softened EQ compliance car. This is a ground-up, weaponized elite apex predator built on the dedicated AMG EA high-performance architecture. It is designed for one single operational directive: to completely terminate the Taycan's market rule. Let's look closely at the corporate and political landscape here. Mercedes-Benz tried the soft, aerodynamic egg-shaped look with the EQS, and the market rejected it. Wealthy buyers who want an AMG demand presence, aggression, and mechanical respect. By shifting this nameplate over to a dedicated, high-performance electric spine while retaining the long, commanding, sweeping hood lines of the classic internal combustion GT, Affalterbach is executing a vital corporate correction. They are proving that an elite EV doesn't have to look like a generic corporate appliance. It can look dangerous. It can look sovereign. And look at the sheer timing of this launch. While other global automakers are panicking, scaling back their electric programs, and absorbing billions in losses, AMG is aggressively going against the grain. They aren't retreating. They are doubling down by launching a pure electric monster that draws heavy styling cues directly from their record-breaking concept AMG GT XX. This platform proved its absolute industrial endurance at the Nardo circuit in southern Italy, covering over 40,000 kilometers in less than 8 days at a sustained speed of 300 kilometers per hour. That is the engineering validation supporting this launch. AMG is building a permanent psychological firewall. They are signaling to Porsche, Audi, and the entire high-end new energy sector that their period of unchallenged supremacy has reached its definitive expiration date. Let's isolate the mechanical nodes. Inside the cabin, AMG has completely abandoned the clinical, overly digitized aesthetic of the standard Mercedes lineup to create a dedicated, low-slung motorsport sanctuary. Thanks to the ultra-thin, low-profile packaging of the AMG EA platform's cylindrical cell battery housing, the driver is ensconced in next-generation, ultra-low AMG performance seats featuring extreme lateral support matrices that keep you completely pinned during high-G cornering maneuvers. The entire dashboard is a tour de force of tech, dominated by a massive glass cluster featuring a 10.2-inch digital instrument unit, a driver-oriented 14-inch central touchscreen, and an optional 14-inch passenger display running the cutting-edge MB OS ecosystem. The focal point of this human interface is the flat-bottom AMG Performance steering wheel. It retains traditional tactile rollers and rocker switches alongside brilliant, illuminated satellite dials sprouting from the lower spokes. But the absolute technical highlight of the ergonomics sits right on the center console. AMG has retained 3 physical, deeply satisfying rotary dials. They bypass distracting infotainment menus entirely, acting together as the AMG Race Engineer Control Unit. These dials put instant, localized authority directly within your hand's reach, allowing you to fine-tune response, agility, and traction variables on the fly. To maximize the acoustic profile, the cabin features a frameless door design with optional double-glazed acoustic glass, seamlessly blocking environmental noise while channeling high-fidelity acoustics through a premium Burmester surround sound system. Overhead, the available Sky Control panoramic glass roof utilizes advanced switchable transparency layers. At the push of a button, it morphs from completely clear to fully opaque, filtering light through customizable, dimmable segments. At night, the high-resolution ambient lighting system goes fully active, syncing with real-time performance telemetry and illuminating structural AMG patterns across the quilted door panels. It cleanly bridges the gap between old-school mechanical control and high-end simulator ergonomics. To comprehend how AMG plans to execute this checkmate, we must look directly at their revolutionary powertrain engineering. The core innovation lies in the deployment of YSA-developed Axial-Flux electric motors. Unlike the bulky, conventional radial flux motors stuffed into the Taycan, these Axial-Flux units are engineered as ultra-thin discs. At the rear axle, two motors sit in a shared housing barely 8 centimeters wide each, while the front motor measures a mere 9 centimeters. They pack unparalleled power density into a lightweight footprint. The flagship GT63 houses an insane tri-motor matrix, one Axial-Flux motor up front and two dedicated rear motors driving each wheel independently. The combined performance output is staggering, an absolute 1,169 horsepower and a devastating 1,475 pound-feet of torque. Dropping the throttle fires this 2,460-kilogram unibody from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a mind-bending 2.1 seconds flat, tracking onward to a limited 300 km per hour velocity firewall. To feed this high-current spine, AMG deployed a 106 kilowatt-hour battery pack utilizing an 800-volt Formula One-derived electrical backbone. The charging metrics completely rewrite the playbook. It can ingest an unprecedented 600 kilowatts of DC fast-charging power, allowing the chassis to regain 460 kilometers of WLTP range in a raw, 10-minute pit stop. This is sprint performance over marathon distances. AMG knows that defeating Porsche requires absolute mastery over physics and cornering forces. The electric GT four-door features a highly slippery 0.22 drag coefficient and sits lower to the pavement than its gasoline V8 predecessor, dropping the center of gravity directly into the asphalt. It comes standard with an advanced active ride control air suspension paired with semi-active hydraulic roll stabilization, systematically erasing body lean through high-speed apexes, while a hidden active rear diffuser glides out on command to manipulate the low-pressure airstream beneath the unibody. But the most fascinating human interface upgrade is the AmForce Sport Plus system. Rather than delivering a fake, generic spaceship hum, this platform processes over 1,600 sound files in real time. It combines advanced acoustic algorithms with structural haptic transducers built into the seat unibody to perfectly simulate the mechanical visceral feedback, signature exhaust frequencies, and physical gear shift jolts of a classic AMG V8. It tricks your central nervous system into feeling the mechanical soul of old-school combustion. The final analysis is definitive. The electric Mercedes-AMG GT four-door coupe is a monumental showcase of what happens when legacy German engineering stops apologizing for EVs and starts weaponizing them. Porsche built a magnificent sports car with the Taycan, but AMG has delivered an absolute technological fortress. By extracting massive horsepower from specialized Axial-Flux packaging and pairing it with a charging speed that outpaces almost every physical charging station currently deployed on the global grid, Mercedes has built a definitive high-velocity asset. It successfully preserves the violent, emotional soul of Affalterbach while deploying future-proof chemical dominance. Electrically super sedan Passarinde Kartler Yeniden Dagitilier, Mercedes-AMG Exenal Achille Motor Technologis IV, 600 kW Ekstrom Sarge Hizila Porsche Taycan in Kralagina de Gruden Sun Vermei Hedeflyer. As the HyperEV ecosystem transitions permanently into software-defined, track-calibrated realities throughout this year, keeping your operational data precise is non-negotiable. To ensure your vehicle evaluations, battery lifecycle tracking, and global high-performance intelligence remains at the absolute highest fidelity, you must remain locked to this primary node. Subscribe to Vision Effect TV now. Hit the notification node. Stay ahead of the curve. Stay informed. I am AVA. I'll see you in the next simulation.